Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be diving into the world of the Holy Priest and exploring 3 compelling reasons why you might want to play this class for PvE, as well as 3 considerations that may make you think twice. So whether you're a seasoned player or just starting out, let's dive right in. First is the great single target and reactive healing. This is the bread and butter of the Holy Priest. The Holy Priest's motto is, why shield anybody when we can just heal the wounds? With abilities like Holy Word Serenity, Flash Heal, and Heal, you can bring anybody up very quickly. Guardian Spirit is also a great single target healing buff / defensive as it prevents a killing blow, brings the target back to 40% health in the event of the killing blow, and increases the healing you do to the target by 60%. Next, we have the toolkit of great utilities. Holy Priests have a dispel like all healers called Dispel Magic, but where they set themselves apart is the Mass Dispel, which not only dispels something from the whole group, it also dispels applicable buffs from the mobs. Priests also have Mind Soothe, which can allow the group to skip over some enemies by reducing the range they can detect your party. Moving on to the next big utility, we have Power Infusion. Now, Power Infusion gives a 25% haste buff to the target of your choice and yourself for about 20 seconds, if you spec that. Now, this ability can cause some arguments in a group, if you can believe that. Then after all of that, you just really needed the buff for yourself and randomly click someone so it wouldn't go to waste. Speaking of splitting groups up, you have Leap of Faith. When this ability came onto the scene, it was a yank fest. It allows you to be a real rascal to your party, but obviously can be helpful to pull someone out of the fire. The last major utility is Spirit of Redemption. Now this begs the question, what is life after death? Well, it's filled with endless mana and flash heals as quick as you can click the button for 10 seconds. Beyond that, I'm not sure. Great ability to get everybody up as you fly the white flag in the sinking ship. Now let's talk about the short cooldowns on their burst healing. Holy Word Serenity is a great heal and one of your bests. It also has its cooldown shortened when you cast Flash Heal, Heal, or Prayer of Mending. This also occurs with Holy Word Sanctify, as Circle of Healing and Prayer of Healing reduce its cooldown. Spec the 2 extra charges in the Holy Words and you start to muddy the water between a true burst and sustained healing. This allows for a very active playstyle with few cooldowns. Now, I remember saying I would only give you 3 reasons. We can call this reason a personal reason or honorable mention, whatever. I believe that the Priest is easily the holiest class in the game. Now you may be saying, holiest of boys? Doesn't that title belong to the Holy Pally or the Disciplined Priest? And I would argue that point. A. Who is widely considered the holiest figure in our world? The Pope. And what does he wear? Plate? No sir, he wears cloth, so the Holy Pally is out. B. Now all that's left in the argument are the Disciplined Priests, and I think we all agree that at the end of the day, to truly be holy, one must sing hymns. Well, good sir, the Holy Priest can do that once every 3 minutes. Line those up on a Sunday and you have a church choir. Thus concludes my argument as the holiest class / spec in the game. Alright, now where was I? Oh yeah, now for the 3 main considerations before choosing Holy Priest. Something we can't ignore is the limited mobility. You can spec a shield movement speed increase in the Angelic Feathers, but that is it. If you look at the Resto Druid as an example, they can go kitty form, which is a constant 30% movement speed increase. Mistweavers can roll around, etc. Priests also suffer from weak tick healing and damage mitigation. As previously stated, Holy Priests are great single target healers, but that means they lack elsewhere. This being their ticks and damage mitigation. By being a reactive healer by nature, they are subject to the flow of the battle and do not have a lot of ways to prevent damage. This leads to a fun, but honestly stressful playstyle. The best way to prep is to get your Serenity and Sanctify off of cooldowns. Renew is a pretty weak tick, and you will need to rely more heavily on your mastery ability, Echo of Light, which isn't too bad. But you can't put this on someone without a single target heal first. One of the most noticeable weaknesses priests have is their weak survivability. One of the only healers in the game to use cloth, Desperate Prayer is your main defensive cooldown. It's literally called Desperate Prayer. I mean, come on. You do have the Guardian Spirit, but you might have tossed that on someone else. You can also spec Fade to give you a small damage reduction, but it's pretty small, 10% or something. Since I gave an honorable mention positive, I will be fair and give a negative as well. I have played Holy Priest for the last 3 or 4 expansions, and they're just never really the meta, it seems. Resto Druid is always the Oscar De La Hoya of the healers, and Holy Priests are just trying to keep up. I more often than not find them towards the bottom. Right now, as we speak on Icy Veins, they are B tier, which may not sound bad, but the only healer below them is the Mistweaver. Now, meta rankings are a bit overrated in my opinion, but people do follow these and you may have issues getting into some really high keys. And there you have it. Those are my personal reasons why you should or shouldn't play the Holy Priest. I personally enjoy, as I do believe they are the truest of healers, and there is something very satisfying about the reactive healing playstyle. Thanks so much for watching, and like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. It means a lot, and I will see you next time.